Ta-da! Hey, how do you do, buckaroos, man? How the heck are you, so? This is one of those pub conversation videos that, I like to do. Watch it, don't watch it. It makes me no never mind. It's really for more of my peace of mind than yours. I hope I'm entertaining, but really just gives me something to do. Get things off my chest so I don't become an axe murderer. So, anyways, hey, I've got one from Urban Chestnut. Actually, this one was one of those accidentally aged beers. I've been sitting on this one for a little over a year, but not on purpose. I forgot I had it, man. Earl Konig, I guess is how you pronounce it. Elf King, I believe, is what it translates to. I didn't look up the stats on it beforehand because it didn't really pertain to the video I'm doing. But if I remember correctly, it's 8%, maybe 22 IBUs. Those are numbers that come to mind, but I don't know if that's right or not. Just remember, it's a pale wheat Dopplebock. The aromas are crazy good now. What the hell, it tastes like a beer to me. Yeah, it's good. I don't think it's lost a step. I'm pairing it with some whiskey, my Rogue Dead Guy Ale. Rogue Dead Guy whiskey, I should say. It used the same malt bill as the Dead Guy Ale. What I find interesting about it is that being using that much malt, not a single malt, but there are a lot of malt Scotch that aren't single malt. It's sort of reminiscent of that, but it doesn't have that peat smoke. It actually feels somewhere between. It feels more Irish to me than Scotch, but it does have some of those characteristics as well. Just kind of feels somewhere between American whiskey, uh, an Irish whiskey, and a good Scotch, a good malt Scotch. You know what? It was $40 a bottle. I actually got a deal on it. I got 15% off of that, so that was good. But I gotta tell you, even at $40, I would buy this whiskey again. I'd wanted to try it, but I thought it was too expensive to be honest with you. But after having it now, and knowing that it's ocean aged for a year for $40 now, I think it is worth it. I think it really is that good. I think it does have that much dimension, it has that much character, has that much flavor. It is that smooth. I mean, everything I want in a whiskey this does. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I like the bottle. And that's a plus, man. So, whoa, Tom, you hit my set and everything went flying on me. Darn, I hate when that happens. So I couldn't quite get this full 16.9 ounce bottle in my Belgian glass here, so my Belgian style glass, I guess I should say. So I'm getting a lot of earthy aromas. I'm getting some herbal notes as well. Yeah. It's freaking beautiful, man. It's good. I don't know if it's changed over the years. I can't time warp back to taste it exactly how I tasted it a year ago. But I will say that if it has changed, it hasn't changed for the worse. I won't say it's changed for the better either, but it definitely hasn't changed for the worse. I will say that without a doubt, man. Go ahead and take that down just so it doesn't fall again. Got a prop up here so you can see it, but doesn't really matter, does it? So we're through the political season. I've done political videos, so I'm not going to do that here, but I do wish we all could find some common ground. We've become such a hateful society. We've become like the Sith. If you're not with me, you're against me. Whichever side of the aisle you happen to be on. Hank Williams Jr. said several years ago now that you know referred to President Obama as he's the enemy. No, he's not the enemy. You may not like his politics, but he's not the enemy. The fact that you actually said that says that you have no character. So the point being, I guess I did get into politics a little bit, but I didn't mean to. But the point being is that we shouldn't have that Sith mentality. We should be able to find some way to get along. But We can't, man. Oh, goodness. Some beers were meant to be aged somewhere. I don't know if this one was meant to be aged or not, but I think it's aged fine. 8%, I believe. I'm guessing here. A pale. I wish I should have pulled up the info, but I wanted to wing this video, man. No, it's good. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's very crisp and clean. You can really feel that wheat. You get a little bit of sweetness from that wheat in there. I don't know if I'm supposed to get fruit notes in this particular beer. It's not necessarily something you get from a Doppelbock, but I am feeling some apple notes, and that could be from the aging. But again, the point being, it's not in a bad way. It's not an off-putting way. It doesn't feel like it's a flaw. I just feel apple notes, man. More of a sweeter apple, if you know what I mean. More like a Red Delicious as opposed to a Granny Smith. Oh, yeah, but Dabba, man, that's good. Herbert Chestnut does some darn fine beers. I am a fan of that brewery, man. I've been to both locations a few times. The Grove and the Midtown. The Midtown was the original location. I like the Grove location because it's bigger. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's this big, man. It's big. If you come with a large group, it's nice because they have these big tables set up. It's like a big German beer hall. Everybody kind of sits together. But if you're by yourself, they have this monstrous long bar. So you can always find a seat at the bar because it's a very long bar. The Midtown location is nice because it's cozier. So if you want that particular atmosphere in your pub, well, that's nice too. The bar is smaller, obviously, because it's a smaller tap room, but so that's kind of nice because you can talk to people easier. But they also have this very good sized outside beer garden. So if the weather's nice, that Midtown location is brilliant. Both locations have stuff on tap that aren't typically found in bottles. But I have found, I hope I'm not wrong, but I've noticed or seem to have noticed that they have more brews on tap at the Grove location. But either location are great to visit. There's one of my favorite breweries. In my opinion, if you have a limited amount of time in St. Louis, the two must sees are Urban Chestnut and Four Hands. Now, some like Perennial. There's nothing wrong with Perennial. There's Alpha out there. There's Schlafly. But in my opinion, if you can only hit two, go to Four Hands and go to Urban Chestnut. You won't be disappointed. I guarantee you, man. Oh, baby, that's what they like. You just get these almost toffee sweet notes on the nose. I'm actually getting right now at this moment just a very slightest bit of malted chocolate. Really, no shit. It's a very interesting whiskey, and every time I've poured me a little bit, I've got something different. Got these neat little glasses about 3.5 years ago now when we visited Bardstown, Kentucky. They had them at a thrift store, and I wish I'd have bought the set now, and I didn't. I only bought a couple of them, but gosh darn if I don't love them. Oh, no point running this one any longer than I have. I'm already at about 10 minutes, and it's going to take me at least 10 more minutes to finish this beer up. So I hope life is treating y'all well. Let's hope things get better for us. In my personal opinion, I think President Obama was a great president. I think he's done a lot of good things. I think if you quit paying attention to partisan politics and look at actually the things that he's actually done, and quit listening to the talking heads at Fox News, but news in quotation marks, if you actually paid attention, he has done some good. He's actually a man of compassion and empathy. So that's why I struggle with our new president because he doesn't seem to possess either of those qualities. But there's a large percentage of our society that don't embody those qualities either, and they think that's okay. It's okay to make fun of people because if we make fun of you and you can't take it, all of a sudden you're a delicate snowflake. No, I don't think that's true. I think you're an asshole for saying those things, but that's where we differ. So my advice for the next 8 years on both sides: don't be an asshole. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. We'll talk to you later.